It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where representatives from the AFC and NFC will square off. It's the Indianapolis Colts and the Minnesota Vikings on Sunday night primetime.
As this crowd rolled into U.S. Bank Stadium, they were bundled up, jackets and scarves, downright cold outside on this November evening. But all good here inside as we welcome you to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Up in the booth with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and kickoff straight ahead, CD. What's one thing that you're going to have your eye on?
I think about what the great coaches of the past always said, the key to any ball game. Can you rush theirs and protect yours? Well, in this case, both of these teams get after the quarterbacks. I'm watching the pass rush.
Sanchez on to get us started, and we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. Powering his way forward, and he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Vikings offense making their way out behind their former number 3 overall pick, who spent his last year as a 49er. It's Sam Darnold.
And he's still been looking for that one situation to allow all of his talents to come together. He's hoping that he found it here. Plenty of playmakers on the outside, and a team that's willing to run the football to let his talent shine.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at third down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Now Darnold. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. The deep to return is Josh Downs. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So now the Colts will get their first opportunity with a football. They'll be led out by their veteran QB, the former Delaware Blue Hen, Joe Flacco.
And it was a blast from the past a season ago as Flacco took the NFL world by storm. He not only led the Browns to a 4-1 record and a trip to the playoffs, but he performed so well over his stint that he ended up winning Comeback Player of the Year. Pretty impressive stuff for someone who wasn't on a roster until midseason. Literally off the couch to Comeback Player of the Year.
Flacco fakes the give, sets to throw. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw and coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
2nd and 10. To pass, Flacco. A short throw. This is caught by Cox. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Play action. Flacco. The short throw pulled in by Woods. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
3rd and 4. Flacco. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Vikings are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary.
And the defense loses it. It's complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 69 yards. And the Vikings take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. And that one obviously worked out, but it's one where you kind of hold your breath because he was sitting there waiting to take a hit as he threw that ball downfield.
And this is the NFL. You're going to be tested a lot as a guy throwing the football. Will you stand in there, take the hit, and deliver downfield? And when you do it consistently, your offensive line loves you, your receivers love you, everyone does their job to the utmost because they have that kind of confidence in you, and they know that you've shown some toughness, and that's what he exhibited there.
But your body hates you.
No, your body's not real thrilled about the whole thing, but ice packs all around for the QB.
Point after, right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that will bring up second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Jonathan Bullard. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Third down. Flacco from the gun. Lets one go downfield for Pierce. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
To punt on fourth down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Brandon Powell deep for Minnesota. Dancing away at the 35. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Now it's Darnold. This is caught by Addison. Touchdown, Vikings! Jordan Addison, 64 yards. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And able to get this out to the 25. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Defensively, Harrison Phillips there to stop him.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They run once more with Taylor. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Here's 3rd and 9. Here's Flacco. He'll let one go deep for Downs. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Byron Murphy, the one who got a hand in to knock it away.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And the football going back to the Vikings offense. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Here's Darnold. He gets it to Addison. They find some open field here. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. Darnold now to throw. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Darnold. On the move past the 40. And down right around the 37. His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another 1st down, almost back to the drawing board.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
This is 2nd and 8. Here's Darnold. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. T.J. Hockenson, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. So what a start. It's not often you even get 3 possessions in a first quarter, but he now has 3 touchdown passes. Now the try here for the point after. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was T.J. Hockenson who finished the drive with a touchdown reception. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Well, these guys certainly need something good to go their way because this first quarter has been something of a disaster for them trying to move the ball. But that completion there maybe can get them focused and moving in the right direction.
1st and 10, Taylor now. A good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Passing play, Flacco. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. 21-0 our score after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it looking at 4th and less than a yard. Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. And this will do the job nicely as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. The Vikings offense has Sam Darnold headed back out there. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
Now off the bootleg, Darnold. Throw to the right, hauled in by Addison. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. 2nd and 7. Operating off play action, Flacco. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Flacco to pass. A short throw. This is caught by Cox. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Flacco off play action. A short throw. This is caught by Cox. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Once more, it's Flacco. That is caught. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Flacco. That one finds Pierce right side. And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touched down.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Looking middle, and that's complete. And the Colts are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They'll come out in the pistol. Taylor is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. Flacco looks to throw. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Great coverage down in the end zone. He's scanning the field, looking. No one ever came open. So in the end, he makes the best decision and just fires it over the end line.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? Flacco. Touchdown, Colts. Mo Alley Cox. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Colts are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive, now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate. Matt Gay on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. A 10-play drive that time. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Faking the give, Darnold. Pass complete to Addison. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Up the middle, Jones. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 42 yards rushing for him now to this point.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Back to throw, Darnold. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Now a 2nd and 10. Darnold to throw again. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, and that was a nice job of improvising, but it's not normal. Usually when the screen pass is taken away, you're taught to just throw the ball at the ground at the feet of the receiver so that you don't get it intercepted and just start over, but he ended up finding another receiver.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. He's got his target. That's complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Jones is in. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Sometimes offense can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Now for the point after. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a good return, but he pays the price at the end of it as he's picked up and thrown down. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
And he'll get a few yards here to the 34.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34. Here's Flacco. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Play action, Flacco. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Jonathan Greenard running in to pick up the sack.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here's Rigoberto Sanchez on to punt. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. The Vikings offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they've sequenced things, how it's run. But you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
They'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach halftime. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's a give to Jones running left. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On third down, here's Jones. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now Flacco. This will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's 2nd down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
That's complete to his running back, Taylor. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Here's Flacco. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. Finding room at midfield. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
They go pass again with Flacco. That's going to be caught by Allie Cox. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. This is first and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. From the gun, Flacco. Got a man, it's Pittman, and he holds it in for the Colts touchdown. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on first and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left them reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Gay is on for the point after. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was capped off on the touchdown catch by Michael Pittman. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. From the end zone, here comes Brandon Powell. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
The Vikings got a solid first-half outing by their veteran quarterback, Sam Darnold. He lit up the sky with 3 first-half touchdown passes as his guys were rolling in the early part of this football game.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Colts offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Over the middle, hauled in by Pierce. No question that they're going to continue to look his way. 6 catches in the first half and now 7 on the game. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and a couple. They'll run the toss here with Taylor. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. Off the option, here's Taylor. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
2 yards to go, 2nd down. How about this? They'll try the option, left side, and trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll run for it. It's Taylor. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer 3rd, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the 2nd half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Play action. It's Darnold. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
2nd down and 6 now.
An inside give to Jones. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now it's Darnold.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Vikings first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. DeForest Buckner using that size to force his way in there and make the stop behind the line.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. They'll go again to Jones. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, but what a nice job improvising, finding other options, and completing the pass anyway.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This from 54 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Now that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum, or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top, or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on 3rd down.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
58 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Oh, the option to give to Taylor here. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
Just a gain of a couple there, and it'll be second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. Up the middle, here's Taylor.
And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 31. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Flacco from the gun. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings' 13-yard line. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
Again, it's Taylor.
Evades him at the 10. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Looking for Pearson. He's got him. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Colts have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So that one a long 11-play drive.
And it was capped off by a touchdown catch from Alec Pierce. Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Jordan Addison in the offense out for another drive. They might want to mix something up defensively because he's been shredding them a bit, hasn't he?
That he has, and even with all the changes that you know are going on the defensive side of the ball, he's still finding ways to get open, finding the right spots, and the delivery's been pretty good too.
He's over 100 yards, has the 1 touchdown score to this point. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Off of play action, Darnold. And the pressure gets to him again. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and a mile. Darnold. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Colts offense and running back Jonathan Taylor heading back onto the field. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. This to the sideline and over everybody. Incomplete. No flags forthcoming, though. Maybe a break there. That looked like a clear throwaway to me.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Now Flacco. That complete to Downs. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Setting up to throw, Flacco. He wants it all for the end zone. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Vikings are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here and maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. They'll start out on the ground with Jones.
That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. To throw is Darnold. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Here now, 3rd and a yard.
A give to Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
65 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now Darnold.
Complete. Jefferson the target.
They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Darnold now to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 36. A nice pickup of 10 means that this drive will stay on track.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
To the air again, Darnold.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. This offense has converted 2 3rd downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Great job of tackling there to prevent the 1st down.
One of the toughest skills in football, open field tackling. A lot of times one-on-one against a shifty receiver. He got it done in a nice way that time.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Well, the Colts now, they're ready to get the football back. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
That one finds Pierce right side. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's second down. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
From the 44-yard line, here's a second down and 6. Passing play, Flacco. He'll get this off to Taylor. On the move past the 40. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 35.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now it's Flacco. Delivers another one to Pierce. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 19.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Pittman. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now Flacco. Connecting over the middle with Downs. And the Colts are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Here's 1st and goal. Flacco. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Flacco looks to throw. He's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal. Here's Flacco. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Here's a big one. It's 4th and goal. They're going to try it. Here's Flacco. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked by Cameron Bynum. And the Vikings are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th and goal.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
We got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down.
Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.